Hi everyone! Yesterday in our lesson we were using the distributive property to simplify to solve when we had rational numbers, and today we're going to continue to do that. However, our expressions that we're looking at today will have more than just two terms. So you're going to have to take this one step further by combining like terms. Which is what we did a couple of lessons ago. So our first example today shows that we want to simplify -3 times -1 plus 2x plus 7. Okay, so this is our problem that they want us to simplify. Okay, so we have an expression and we need to simplify it. We're going to simplify it the same way that we did yesterday by multiplying this -3 throughout the entire expression. Okay, so we're going to start with -3 times -1, and that gives us a positive 3. We're then going to take -3 and multiply it times 2x. So we have -3 times 2x, and that's going to give us -6x. Okay, and then now last we have another one. So we have another arrow to multiply by. And this one we're adding a -3 times positive 7. So -3 times a positive 7, which gives us a -21. Okay, now that we have 3 different terms by using the distributive property, just like we did in our last lesson, we're going to take this one step further now, and we're going to combine like terms. So our first step here was to distribute. And now we're going to combine like terms. Okay, so let's see what we can put together. This doesn't have a letter. This has an X, and this one doesn't have a letter. So I can put this 3 and this -21 together. So 3 minus 21 plus I have -6x. Okay, so when I do 3 and 21 and I subtract those, I get a -18. So this is -18. And now I just want to switch these around. X should come before this 18, so plus a -6x. So really my new problem is -6x plus a -18. Or you could say -18. Alright, so the only thing that we've done different now is just to combine like terms and then simplify, and then we end up with our same distributed property factor expression thingy, oh my gosh, that we did in our last lesson. All right, let's do another example here. The biggest thing that you need to make sure that you are paying attention to are those negative numbers. Remembering, am I multiplying by the negative? Am I combining things that are the same? All of those things. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our next example. This example is -4 groups of -5d minus 11 plus 8d. Not 80, 8. First thing we want to do is to distribute, so let's go ahead and share. We're going to take this 4 and we're going to multiply it by the first term. So we have -4 times -5d. Negative times negative is a positive, so 20d. Next up is 11 or negative 11. So we have 4, negative 4 times a negative 11. So negative 4 times a negative 11 is going to give us positive 44. Okay, so we get positive 44. And then last but not least, our last one to share with, we have negative 4, and we're going to multiply that by 8. So negative 4 times 8d. All right, negative 4 times 8 is 32, but it's a negative, so we have negative 32d. All right, so now we're going to combine things that are the same, and then we're going to go from there. So we're going to combine. Here's our distribute. Now we're on to like terms. So our like terms that we have, this is the ones with the d's. This one doesn't have a d, so we're just going to slide this over, and we're going to combine 20d minus 32d. All right, and that's going to give us negative 12d plus 44. So there is your answer, negative 12d plus 44. So we've combined our like terms and simplified down to solve. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more example. And then after that, we will do some try-its. Okay, so example C. Example C. Do they give you an example C? We're going to make an example C. I want you to have one more to practice with. There we go. Okay, so we have 6 groups of 3s minus 2.5 minus 5s. And this one's a great one because they give us one with a decimal here. So that's important for us to have a decimal. Okay, so 6 times 3 is our first one. Well, 6 times 3 is going to give us 18s. All right, and then our next distributive model, we're going to share the 6 with the negative 2.5. So we have 6 times negative 2.5. It's going to come out here. Negative 2.5 times 6. 6 times 5 is 30. Carry that. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. And it's negative, and it's one place, so we get 15.0 or negative 15. And then last but not least on this problem, we have 6 times negative 5s. All right, 6 times negative 5s is negative 30s. I am not sure why my s is outside of the parentheses there. I'm sorry. Okay, now we are ready to combine things that are the same. All right, so we have s's and s's, so let's go ahead and put our s's together. So 18s minus 30s. So, oh my gosh, that gives us a negative 12 again, negative 12s. Minus, so we're just going to drop down this 15 right here, minus 15. So negative 12s minus 15. All right. Go ahead and hit pause right now because I'm going to turn the page. So if you need to finish writing this, hit pause. Otherwise, it is time for the try-its. All right. Time for your try-its. they give you? No, it's different. Just similar, but different. All right, so try it. Number 1. There's too many pens in the way. Okay, try it number 1. Try it number 1 says 2 groups of negative 3s plus 1 minus 5. And then try it number 2. Yes, of course, they give you 1 with a fraction. Negative 3 over 2 times a minus 4 minus 2a. There we go. All right, so go ahead and start distributing. 2 times negative 3. Hit pause so you don't hear me solving, and then when you're ready, hit play. Okay, so we get negative 3 times 2, and there's my s again, which is negative 6s. And then we're going to go for 1, so 2 times 1, which gives me 2. And last but not least, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Okay, now I'm going to combine the things that are the same. There are no other s's, so I'm going to combine 2 and negative 10. So 2 minus 10 is negative 8, and then I just bring down negative 6s, so here is my final answer. All right, next up, I have negative 3 over 2. So negative 3 over 2 times a gives me a negative 3 over 2a. I have negative 3 over 2 times a negative 4. So negative 3 times negative 4 is a positive 12 over 2, which gives me 6. So this middle number is 6. And then last I have negative 3 over 2 times negative 2. So again, we're going to set it up. Negative 3 over 2 times negative 2 over 1, and this is an a. So negative times negative is a positive, so that's a positive 6 over 2, which gives me 3a. All right, now I am ready to combine the things that are the same. I have negative 3 over 2 and 3a. And then, so let's go ahead and rewrite this. So negative 3 over 2a plus 3 over 1a. Okay, I am not able to combine these because they do not have the same denominators. So I'm going to multiply times 2 over 2, and that gives me 6 over 2a. So now I can combine negative 3 over 2a plus 6 over 2a, which means that my final answer here, I have negative 3 and I add on 6. So negative 3 reds, I add on 6 positives, which gives me 3 positives left over 2a. Plus, I have 6 left over. So my final answer, after I used half a page of paper, is 3 squared a plus this 6 that I had right here. And everything has been combined and simplified. Okay, same process as yesterday. Only difference now is that you're combining like terms, so you have to bring in that prior knowledge of how do we add fractions. All right, how did you do on your try-its? How did you do on these two? Go ahead and answer your essential question. How do we solve expressions using the distributive property when there are multiple terms. And then put your level of understanding out to the side, and then you may head on back to the Google Meet if you need some extra help, or if you have any questions, or you can go and do your practice work. As always, I appreciate all of your hard work and effort, and make it a great day.